Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to another Quick Stop Rant. Now, today we are going to be talking a bit about two different universes, Sons of Anarchy slash Mayans MC, and Star Wars, of course, as you can see. Um, First, we're going to jump into Mayans MC. The director, producer, and creator and writer of Sons of Anarchy and Mayans MC has recently been fired for being an abrasive dick. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, people, but throughout all these years in Hollywood, that's what you've heard about. I mean, millions of people go to Hollywood to try to make it big, and they can't because it's such a harsh and cruel world, and that's what we all know. But now, apparently, people need to be coddled. So let's take a look at what Kurt Sutter had to say about a few things. Hold on 1 second. Let me just get this up real quick. Not used to all this sharing screen stuff and all that. But anyway, Kurt Sutter fired from Mayans MC for being an abrasive dick. His words. Kurt Sutter, who had scaled back his involvement with Mayans MC, the Sons of Anarchy spinoff that he co-created, seems generally unruffled in a letter he sent to his staff today explaining that he has been fully fired from the series by FX. It's only been reported by writers, producers, cast, and crew that my absence and subsequent behavior when there has only created confusion, chaos, hostility, and is perceived as abandonment. Wow. Sutter wrote in his letter obtained by the Hollywood Reporter, or at least that's how Disney has interpreted it. See, I had no idea that Disney was involved with this show. And the fact that they are, and the fact that he got fired shows exactly why he got fired. But whatever. Hold on, let's just keep on reading. I'm sure it's true. Elgin James, who created the show with Sutter, with will fully take. Oh wow, he'll be taking over the Mind show. Okay, well now I'm not excited for it, but okay. Sutter has worked with FX for almost 20 years and was the man behind one of the network's first big hits, Sons of Anarchy, which is true. He made FX tons and tons and tons of money off of that show. I mean, I loved that show, and I still love that show. I have every single season of Sons of Anarchy, every single one. And the fact that he's fired now really takes me back from wanting to watch Mayan season 2. I liked Mayan season 1, but who knows if I'm gonna like Mayan season 2 because the man's gone. You know, this is like George Lucas being taken out of Star Wars. It's no different. It is no different, and it's just not right, and it should not be happening whatsoever. But anyway, people, let's continue with the article. He is known for his difficult and frequently inappropriate manner, having previously acknowledged a framed letter he keeps detailing incidents of unprofessional behavior with Fox execs. Sutter hung it, and he says, as a reminder, I'm a fucking idiot, and that behavior creates fucking lawsuits. According to THR, the culture change at Fox following its acquisition by Disney prompted closer scrutiny of Sutter's behavior, which he seems comfortable admitting was questionable. The morning I was fired by Dana Walden and John Landgraf for all the complaints levied against me, not the way I wanted to end my 18-year relationship with FX. At least being fired for being an abrasive dick is on brand. Reads Sutter's letter, which continues immediately with I deeply apologize if I've made people feel less than or unsupported. My intention was literally the opposite. Now, like I said before, in Hollywood, that's what we know about it is that you feel unsupported and you feel less than because that's how they make it these days. I mean, look at our president. He constantly makes people feel less than, unsupported, but people still support him. So why can't people still support Sutter? I mean, the guy, I mean, it's no, all right. It's no different than being a method actor, I guess. If you're into it, you're into it. You know, maybe his behavior isn't all just him. It could be because of the stress. It could be because of multiple things. Maybe he needs to be in a certain mindset to be able to work on the set, to be able to give us the grittiness of that show. I mean, if there's anything people realize on Sons of Anarchy and Mayans MC is the grittiness of that show, the darkness that that show brings. I mean, if any of you have watched this show, the shit he had his character go through on that show shows his commitment. I mean, his character was, I can't remember his name for the life of me. I'm sorry, but his character went through a lot. He was already in jail. You know, his wife was on the outside. She used to be a porn star, and she went through a whole lot, you know. And the fact that he knew his wife was a porn star, just to be able to make ends meet, to wait for him to be able to get out of jail and stuff, it showed a mental struggle there as is, you know, a mental and emotional struggle. And people aren't trying to understand that. People don't want to understand that Sutter does understand a lot of things in life, and he gets how cruel this world can be. Okay, he gets how cruel this world can be, because later on in the show, you know, he goes to bite off his own tongue just to keep himself from talking. I mean, and I could have sworn at that point in the show he didn't really have any real, he shouldn't have had any real loyalty to the sons. You know, they were the direct cause of his wife's death in the show. And yeah, I didn't mention that, but yeah, his wife ends up getting killed because of the sons, directly because of what the sons did. They went to another producer, you know, roughed him up a little bit, and then his wife ends up dead. You know, and he, when he found that out in the show, you could see it all over him that he didn't want to care about the MC anymore, but he still did, because he knows how, because he knew how it would go for him in prison. So, like I said before, he gets the grittiness of this world. He gets it, how cruel it really can be. Just because you're in prison doesn't mean you're safe. I mean, if the Suns wanted him dead, he would have been dead. I mean, yeah, that's how that goes. But anyway, back to the article. In a letter Sutter sent to his inner circle obtained by Deadline, Sutter said that he blames his ouster with creative differences with Disney. Clearly, I ruffled a few mouse ears, he wrote. The truth is, the suits wanted me gone. I stepped on toes and bruised egos. And that's more than likely true, because he knows what he's got, he knows what he can offer. So that's how it goes. It's no different than when Dave Chappelle wanted more money from Comedy Central and they weren't trying to give it to him, so he booked it. I mean, what else can you do? Anyway, back to the article. And in this Disney regime, I'm dangerous to the wholesome brand and clearly not worth the trouble. So 18 years of friendship, loyalty, and producing quality television was flushed down the drain. They threw me under the fucking bus. The full letter is available at Deadline. Now, this is what I'm talking about. You know, it's not that much of a surprise that they threw him under the bus. It's not that much of a surprise that Disney got him fired because of his behavior. Um, you know, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. I'm sure there was directors that didn't act fully, you know, professional on set. Even today, there's more than likely still directors out there that don't act professional on set. So the fact that he gets fired over it, it's just kind of beyond me. It's kind of beyond me. You know, I mean, if you want the quality that he produces, I'm not saying give him everything he wants, let him get away with everything, but give him a slap on the wrist or something. Don't fire him. Don't fire the man that's made you a whole bunch of money. It's just, I'm sure at some point they'll be begging for him to come back, just like they begged for George Lucas. So, all you Sons of Anarchy, Mayans MC fans, feel sadness in your heart like I am right now, because Kurt Sutter is no longer a part of this project. Kurt Sutter is no longer going to be at the helm of this show. And it's very sad, but it's the truth, and this is what we're living with. This is the world we're living in. So I'm sorry, Kurt Sutter. Salute to you. Seriously. Like, you have entertained me for years, and I applaud you. Like, seriously, I applaud you. You're a great guy. I don't even care how you are on set. I consider you to be a great guy, no matter what. So, moving on to another subject that shows how ungreat some people can be. John Boyega stirring the big universal pot of Star Wars. You know, he's standing over the cauldron, laughing as he does it, because he knows he can get reactions out of a single picture. Now let me get this picture up, everyone. 1 second. Once again, 1 second. This picture right here. Right here. You see this picture? Now, I had watched a video earlier from Geeks and Gamers. Shout out to Josiah Rises. He's a cool dude, real cool dude. And yeah, apparently people are speculating that Finn and Poe are holding hands. Now, I don't care if they're together. I really don't. I mean, great for them if they're together. Great for whoever in the Star Wars universe if you're a couple. But my thing is why is everyone so worried about these two holding hands when it was said that in episode 9 it's supposed to be all out war? Now, I remember talking to my grandfather about Vietnam because he is a war veteran, and I could have sworn he wasn't worried about anyone holding hands. He was worried about surviving. He was worried about if he's going to make it back home. This is a war we're talking about. We're not talking about the Love Boat. We're not talking about, Three's Company. We're not talking about any type of shows or movies that have to do with love and romance on that scale. Like I said before, I mean, yes, Star Wars is a space soap opera, just like the man himself has said. George Lucas has said that. So, but a space opera is not all about love. This space opera is about a father and a son's issues, family issues, and war, and certain political views and stuff like that. Now, worrying about if they're holding hands is not that big of a deal. Okay? It's not. It's not a big deal. There's nothing to really care for if that's what you're worried about. Clearly, like Josiah had said, these SJWs, that's all they care about, is are we going to be pandered to? Are we going to get the things that we want? Is there going to be, a gay couple in there? Is Rey going to be the front and center of this movie? Clearly she is. You see her right there? You see Rey right there? Right there? She's staring right back at me, and I don't like it, but that's what I get. But anyway, she's right there. So, and they're right there too. Who knows if they're holding hands? It doesn't really look like they are, but they could be, because that's just whatever. Who, like I said, who cares? But what I want to know is oh, do they have new outfits? Do they have new weapons? Can we see any new weapons on their clothing? Is there a new weapon there? New weapon there? New weapon? No? Like, what's up with that belt? What's up with these things? Like, no, what's up with this wrist thing right here he's got? Why does she have an armband? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Nobody cares. I mean, what's up with this Desert Storm, type of thing he's got on here? Like, what's up with that? No, nobody wants to know. I want to know. I want to know why they, like, and this is why Star Wars is failing. This is why when the movie comes out, it's going to bomb and it's going to be a sad sight, because people care about if they're holding hands. Okay? People care about if Rey's going to be the next big thing. She clearly is. She's been the next big thing since The Force Awakens. Okay? She's been the next big thing since the very first installment of this trilogy. So I really don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. It's beyond me why people care about these things, but it's not beyond me why John Boyega would post on this, oh, damn, how did you know? How did you know that we're holding hands? He knew he'd get reactions out of it. Once again, shout out to Josiah, because, I'm verbatim saying exactly what he said. I mean, this is what smaller channels do. They look for the bigger channels and what they're saying and stuff. But either way, back to what's really important here is this is what I mean by how bad people can be, because they just want to pander. They just want the reactions. And he's hoping that maybe doing this, he'll get more people to sit in the theater seats. This is not going to get people to sit in the theater seats. I mean, you think people are going to go to this movie theater just to find out if Finn and Poe are together and what, they're just going to get up and leave? I mean, if I hear stories of that, I'm just going to flip. That's just going to show how terrible this world is. today, because nobody cares about the story. Nobody cares about what these characters are going to go through. Nobody cares about character development. Nobody cares. Okay? Nobody cares in the Hollywood perspective. But when it's actual fans like myself, like people over at Geeks and Gamers, like in the fandom collective, we care. Okay? We do care. I wouldn't be getting this mad. I wouldn't be sitting here in front of this laptop talking on a live stream about this if I did not care. Okay? Now, do I care if they're holding hands? No. Do I care if they're going to make it through the movie? Kind of. I kind of care, but that's because they made me not care about these characters. Okay? Now, what I care about the most is how are they going to wrap up the Skywalker saga, since there's only one Skywalker left. I mean, we don't know exactly what's going to happen to Leia in episode 9, but chances are she's not making it home, guys. Chances are, because we have lost Carrie Fisher, rest in peace. But this is the reality of it. This is the reality of it. Because we had wasted time. I shouldn't say we, but because time was wasted, because it was rushed, we're not getting the story that we should. We're not getting the ending that we should. At this point in time in episode 9, the mantle should have been passed down to Rey. That's just being honest. In episode 8, Luke should have been training her. In episode 7, she should have found Luke. Okay? Everything has been rushed. Everything has been ruined. Okay? Now, I just don't know what to say anymore. The only thing I can say is should have, could have, and would have, but didn't. Right? That's just bottom line. Should have, could have, would have, but didn't. And now Disney can kick themselves in the butt for putting out this garbage, for pushing their agendas, save horses, not children, let the children starve and get beaten. And that's all there is to it. Now, I know I'm not going to get a lot of views on this video, but I just wanted to be able to express myself because I'm honestly that upset. I am honestly that upset. People don't want to realize that holding hands is not important when you're trying to fight for peace on a galactic universal scale. Okay? We're not talking about for a country, for, an entire continent or a planet even. We're talking about the galaxy of Star Wars, people. This is what we're talking about. It's a vast galaxy. There's thousands upon thousands of planets throughout the Star Wars galaxy. There's places we still haven't even seen. So let me just make this clear. When it comes to war, holding hands with someone is not important. Making it home is important. The mission comes first. Not making sure that you're getting yourself wet. And yes, child age restriction and all that on this fucking video because I can't contain myself right now. I can't. Nobody cares about if you're getting yourself wet when there's war going on, okay? Only the people that are used to war like that will be like that, okay? I'm just saying. Certain individuals have that switch to be able to be like, oh, well, I care about if I get this right now. Yeah. When people are dying all around them. But anyway, I like I said before, I don't know where to go with this. I'm going to stop looking at this picture because I swear that's what's getting me more mad. Just staring at this picture and thinking of the thought that this is what people care about nowadays. Oh, are they holding hands? I'm holding my hands together right now. I'm holding them. Does anyone care? No. Young black guy doing it. No? Nobody care? Cool. So anyway, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and share this video because I'd like for other people to see it and be able to see what they have to say about all of this wonderful stuff going on in our world today. And as always, YouTubers, y'all keep on ranting. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba.